Narinig mo na ba yung branding or ano nga ba 'tong branding and relevant pa rin ba siya hanggang ngayon? Yan ang i-discuss natin ngayon dito sa Truly Happy One. Hello po, ako po si Eric Alagdan. Together with us is Sir Enrico Garcia. I used to be an IT consultant for Unisys and then after that put up my own business called Infotex. So we create mga web and mobile applications for SMEs, no, and help in their digital strategies para maging mas efficient, mas productive sila and mag-thrive, no, in any economic situation. Sir Enrico, on the other hand, used to be the retail operations manager of Shell, and then after Shell, he became the country manager of Herbalife. After Herbalife, he became the director of operations of Avon and one of the board of directors of the Direct Selling Association of the Philippines. Now he's a mindset coach and also the director for international operations of Sadco. So again, welcome to Truly Happy One, no, where we discuss world-class Pinoy excellence. Paano ba mag-isip itong mga world-class Pinoy na to para tayo din maging world-class? We do this every Saturdays at 5 p.m. via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And before we go to our main topic, please, no, let us know where you are watching from. Type nyo dyan sa comment section sa baba, watching from Mandaluyong, kung kayo nanonood from Mandaluyong. Or if you're watching from Dubai, type nyo dyan sa chat sa YouTube, no, watching from Dubai. Also, let us know if you have questions or feedback. This will be an interactive session. So type nyo lang dyan ang inyong mga questions and we'll try to answer them later. Huwag na rin po kayo mahiya. Please like, no, and comment. Tag nyo yung friends nyo dito sa tingin nyo makakatulong itong topic natin for today. Share the video and para wala kayong mamiss ng mga episodes ng Truly Happy One, make sure you subscribe. Click nyo lang yung subscribe button dyan sa baba, kulay red kapag nasa YouTube kayo. Or you can join our Facebook group, the Truly Happy One sa Facebook. Yung link doon nasa description nitong video sa pinaka-dulo. Ayan. So ang topic natin today is branding still relevant today? So Sir Enrico, ano ba itong branding and relevant pa rin nga?
Right. So, good afternoon, our viewers. No? So, two parts to this. Number one, yung branding, meron mga nagsasabi today with all the ecosystems, the marketplaces, online, di ba, platforms, they're saying that branding is dead. Okay. In other words, you don't need to invest, build, manage a brand. Okay. Some say that. However, of course, there are others who still say, and I personally believe that brands are still important, right? And the second part is yes, it still is relevant today. And let's go through the simple slide. This is a very short session because branding, of course, encompasses many things, right? So we will focus on a very simple shift. So some of the experts are saying yes, the fundamentals of brand building remain the same, but the how is much different. So you still need to come out with consistent logo, consistent messaging, color, the brand personality, but how is becoming more different. Okay. Now, on the next slide, I will just focus on one because a lot of people probably miss, other marketers, especially MSMEs, they probably don't get to optimize this part. See, brand is either a product or service, right? But what it's showing now, pardon that it's very wordy, is very simply that today, the consumers, the consumer experience or what they call customer experience is just as important, Eric. And when we say customer experience is from the tip of your fingers. Kasi 'di ba, you're accessing through your mobile phone or laptop, right? So your fingers either on the keyboard or on touch screen, and the experience is from the time you look it up all the way up to the time that it gets fulfilled. In fact, it's not even just fulfillment. It's up to the time that they confirm that it's been fulfilled. So end to end, right? So Eric, the branding of today includes that experience. Many years ago, it was, yeah, the product, the service. If your product was a service, diba, a not tangible thing, if the moment you provided the service, okay na. But today, because of all the information available to people and reviews and all the things that you can have access to, It's the entire experience. How easy is it to access it? How easy is it to pay? How easy is it to change if there is, if you change your mind? What's the refund policy like? How quickly can they give it back to you? It's one thing to say, yeah, we'll refund your money. It's another to give it immediately, right? So all of that now is part of that what they call customer or consumer experience, right? And see, 84%, right? The experience of company is as important as its products and services. You have you have an inquiry or a complaint, or you want to give feedback, and you go through their bot, the chat. Do you get a response, right? Some companies, okay, you do have that, but they'll respond like, oh, well, first, some don't even respond. The others respond like in 36 hours or 1 week. I mean, that's really ridiculous, diba? You
Correct.
just put the chat, the bot, just for the sake of saying, oh yeah, yeah, we're technologically relevant. But it's not the technology, it's the experience. It doesn't matter to customers if it's a digital customer service or a live customer service. What matters is I have a complaint, I know someone or something is processing it in a timely manner. Again, nothing new with this, Eric. this
Mhm,
is
mhm.
this is just basic, right? Yet
Yeah.
now overlooked. Yun, Eric. Essentially, what I'm saying, it's very relevant, but yung how nga, and I chose one lang, is aside from your product being quality and all, the experience is just as important.
Yes, ayan. Nanonood po sa'tin sir si Dulce Vitog. Hello, Dulce. And
Hi,
also
Dulce.
a Facebook user sabi niya, "Good afternoon, Eric and Enrico." Good afternoon po and thank you
Yes,
for joining us. Again, if you have questions, type niyo lang diyan sa comment section or chat sa YouTube, no, and we'll try to answer those questions. Ayan. So yung branding sir, hindi lang siya yung brand na parang kasi 'di ba dati parang ang pagkakaalam nila sa brand is yung logo, yung colors, hindi
correct.
lang yun ang brand.
No, no. In fact, the brand is the entire experience of the customer with a particular brand, right? So let me pull out, JBL is we regard JBL as a reputable and quality and reliable brand. And so if it were just the product, if you go to their store, they put in so much effort to make the store look nice, good merchandising, good people, proper customer service, because they really understand that it's not just the product, it's the
Entire
experience
experience
is
talaga,
part of the product offering.
correct.
Balik
Parang
na rin
sa
na,
Starbucks,
correct,
'no? So, sa
correct.
Starbucks,
Kape is
hindi lang
kape.
yung coffee.
Coffee
Oo,
is
hindi
coffee.
lang kape, oo.
You
It's the
can
entire
buy,
experience.
of course, and that's why people spend well over 100 pesos for coffee that you could do on your own, because it's not just the coffee, it's the whole
Mm,
experience. In fact, speaking of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, when he went to Italy as an employee of Starbucks, what he realized to study when he was sent there to study yung coffee, na-realize niya the coffee was at the center of the Italian culture. Meaning, bida-bidahan, reunion,
mhm,
celebration, sad times, it revolved around coffee. To us, the translation of that is food. Everything is food.
correct.
Somebody
Salo-salo,
graduated, yeah, birthday, get together, reunion, you name it, food is at the center. So what Howard Schultz of Starbucks realized, wow, the drama, the romance, the theater around coffee is what we should have in our store. So he went back to America and told the owners about that. But the owner said, no, 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 that will not work. So 1 year after he left, he put up his own, trying to recreate that.
at
Now
dun
in
nabuo
his,
ang Starbucks.
well, ito nangyari. 3 years after that, the owners experienced some financial challenge and sold Starbucks to him.
Oh, okey.
Right. So when he bought Starbucks, then he got to implement that. Right. So again,
At yung concept niya ay naging successful 'no, nung ginawa niya yun.
exactly. Exactly. So you think of any brand, di ba kahit online, di ba? Eh, Diyos ko naman, yung delivery mo. Parang yung pinag-uusapan natin, Eric, If they tell you, we will deliver within the day, is that acceptable to you as an experience, Eric, today in Metro Manila?
Within the day dapat sana.
I'll be honest.
Hopefully.
I'll be honest. You know our experience. When you buy something today, you get it within an hour and a half.
Yes,
And
yung talagang
it,
express, as in oo,
oh,
on the way na agad pagka-order.
you can determine that. You can even book your own. In fact, a company
Mm,
doesn't even need to deliver.
correct. Pick up, tama.
Yeah.
Mm,
So see, what matters is the experience, diba? If you make it pain-free for me, very easy, wow, of course. It's part of the brand offering.
correct, correct.
There's
Ayan,
no
sa
magic
Facebook
here,
pala
ah.
si Tita Lery pala yon, yung nanonood sa Facebook, ayan. So, hello
Oh,
Tita
okay.
Lery.
Hi, Larry. Yeah.
And si
So,
Dulce rin, sabi niya, branding creates loyal customers.
thank you, Dulce. And let me define this. A lot of people think repeat customers are loyal customers. Not necessarily. They're only repeating because they probably haven't found a competitive offer that is at par or better. Loyal customers, on the other hand, are the ones who will die for the product. In other words, even if you increase prices, they will still pay higher prices. Even if there's a little inconvenience for them because they're so loyal to the brand, they will still uh, uh, patronize the brand. Yan ang loyal. Repeat doesn't necessarily mean loyal customers.
And
Bumabalik
to
yan.
create to create loyal customers, one of the ingredients nga is better customer experience, which is
Of
better
course.
branding.
Of course. It's
Mhm,
predictable, reliable. We are customers of fast food, McDo, and all of that because at a given circumstance, we know what kind of experience we will get. It's fast, it's clean, it's reasonable, and you know that already. That's why we're
mhm,
willing customers, right? Or you're in another country, hindi mo kabisado the food. You don't know the kind of food that they have, or you probably don't like it.
mm.
So predictable to you what is predictable to you is the one that you know of back home, that ubiquitous
Correct.
McDo. Yeah. Right?
'Pag hindi mo alam kung saan kakain, eh, 'no, do'n ka na sa alam mo.
Correct. Because
Yeah,
predictable in your mind, yung experience.
correct. Correct, correct.
Right?
Yes. So, ang question siguro sir ngayon naman sa ating mga viewers 'no, kung maliit ako na business, like meron akong maliit lang na food business, how would I do branding dito sa maliit kong negosyo?
Okay, good question. And I'll answer it with an actual uh, business that was born out of the pandemic. My wife buys from this girl who simply positioned herself as a personal shopper. It started gulay, I mean, like with vegetables. And she buys from Cartimar. So this is her model. She asks you what you want, and then she's in Cartimar. She'll send you pictures just using
Mhm,
Viber. Okay? Stay with me
okey.
on this one. Okay? So I'm trying to show that it doesn't have to be complicated because what's
Mhm,
important to the customer is, oh, yeah, 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 that one. You can do a video, a quick video, or a picture. Yeah, yeah, I'm okay with that. And it's happening, you're chatting.
mhm.
Okay. And then because you buy a certain amount, she says, no, I have a delivery vehicle. I bring it to your place. Just tell me where. Eric, they don't have
Oh.
CRM. They don't have anything. And then, so how do we pay you? Here's my GCash QR or my
Mhm,
BPI QR code, or just do GCash to me.
mhm.
And then she simply says, oh, my van is going to be there at this time. No tracking. The key is every time we order, it's the same experience. So guess what?
Consistency.
Guess what? She takes a big share of our wallet because of that experience. So that's to answer your question. This she only knows Viber.
Mhm, galing.
I hope that answered your question because you don't need sophisticated stuff.
Oo, hindi mo kailangan ng malaking kapital din
No,
to do
no.
branding.
It's understanding ano yung gusto ano yung experience ng customer. Kadali eh.
Hmm,
Ito ma'am, okay sa iyo? Uy, okay yan, sige. Tapos may upselling pa. Ma'am, ito
uh
naka-sale to ngayon, no, baka gusto nyo. Uy, sige nga, sama mo na yan. O, then na-upsell pa kami. Viber
okey
lang
'yun.
ginagamit, Eric.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Galing.
Viber lang.
dumami nga rin 'no, yung mga Viber groups din. Even yung mga malalaking companies din pumasok na rin sa Viber
Exactly.
community. Oo, nagkaroon na rin sila
Exactly.
sarilang Viber groups, Viber pages 'no, and
Thank you
yeah,
for saying that. Why do you think they do that? Why? Because nakita nila
nawawalan na
this.
sila.
Right, these small entrepreneurs were creating this little community of buyers, and it was really the experience. You make it easy eh. Kasi
Oo.
nga, pwedeng picture, pwedeng quick video. Uy, meron akong
Mm,
mangga from Guimaras or meron akong from Zambales. Ito, oh, tingnan mo. Magkano 1 kilo? Ito, nalagay presyo. Order ako isa. Tapos na.
correct. Galing.
Ganun kasimple. I'm
Galing,
saying
galing.
that para maunawan ng lahat, no, branding is not just for the, no. It's you delivering. Diba, remember, branding is a performance promise.
Mhm,
There's
correct. And
a
consistency dapat meron
of
din.
course, kasi nga, when you break the promise, eh wala na. Susubok ng
Yeah,
iba yon.
correct. Okay, so ang ating question sa ating viewers, ayan, what are your takeaways sa ating topic for today? Ako, ang aking takeaway is branding, no? It's still relevant. Yung goal for a business to do branding should always be there. Ang nagbago lang is how to do it, no? Kung paano siya ginagawa. So, it has to be an end-to-end branding, no? An end-to-end customer experience, no, from yun nga, from reviews, no, product reviews, lalo na kapag online shop siya, kailangan maganda yung mga reviews sa atin ng mga customers natin, and for them to review us in a good way, no, yung experience nila dapat sa atin maayos din, no, maganda. So nandiyan yung ease of access, madali kang ma-access, madali kang makausap, madaling makipag-transact sa hindi masyadong complicated, ano na masyadong maraming options. It's easy also to pay you, and very convenient to pay you kapag may changes sa order, no, or mga refunds, mga ganon, mga special case scenarios, madali kang makipag-communicate sa yung mga customers. And also, speaking of communication, very important is yung timely communication, na you do instant response, no? Kasi nga ngayon uso yung sinasabing microwave mentality, di ba, Sir Enrico? Na
Correct,
30
correct,
seconds lang dapat may response agad, no? So
correct.
hindi na pwede yung mga 1 week before ka mag-respond, no, or 3 weeks before ka mag-respond. As much as possible, instant, no? Lalo na ngayon na sikat na yung mga instant messaging like Viber, Facebook, text, no? And mas maganda nga na every stage of your transaction, lalo na kapag let's say pinapack yung item, dinideliver yung item, in transit, mga ganun. Every stage, ina-update natin yung customer. Tama ba, Sir Enrico? Pwedeng ina-update via messenger or text, di ba?
Correct.
Ayan.
And
So,
thank you. As you were talking, na-realize ko tuloy. Let's say
mm,
sari-sari store ka. It's
mhm,
possible today na yung buong kalye or yung barangay, yung neighborhood mo doon, oh ma'am, pasok kayo. Ito yung Viber community. Mag-ano ko, i-add ko kayo ha, kung pwede, para malalaman nyo kung ano yung bago dito. Can you imagine you can do that now with Viber? Libre,
correct.
di ba? And that's how
Correct.
you brand yourself. And then, ma'am, madali lang to. Punta kayo. Dahil malapit sila, it's a matter of informing them. Yan,
Mhm,
pati listahan, pati utang, pwede kang mag-create ngayon all free. You don't need this very, di ba, I'm saying this para nga nakafocus tayo sa MSME. Hindi mo kailangan ng mamahalin na, no, di ba?
correct.
Of course, later on, pag lumaki, pero ang iba kasi, nauuna yung technology, kinakalimutan yung experience. The technology
Yung
enables
application
you,
ng
no?
technology.
Oo. Pero
Oo, correct.
mahalaga sa akin yung sinabi mo, whether regular text, Viber, Messenger, or email, ang importante sa akin is you give me timely communication.
Correct.
Doesn't
Tama,
matter to
tama.
me kung ano yung medium na gamitin mo. Di
Yes, yung
ba?
application ng technology yung mas importante kaysa dun
Correct.
sa ginamit na technology.
Correct. Di ba, Eric? Ikaw, technology
Correct.
guy ka, di ba? Ako,
Yes,
makatanggap
yes.
akong SMS. Hindi ko naman sinasabi, ay, SMS? Uy, salamat. Okay, thank
Mm,
you. That's all I wanted to know.
yes.
So don't
Tama,
over-analyze, over-engineer. It's very simple. It's
correct.
very simple. If the keyword and takeaway ko is nothing new. truly care about your customer, and that will drive your
Customer
processes.
experience, correct.
Oo,
Talagang
truly
strive to give the best customer experience
correct,
consistently.
correct. Then the
Nice,
technology to do that doesn't even have to be cutting edge. 'Di ba,
correct.
Eric?
Okay.
'Di ba?
Yes, sir. Ayan, sabi ni CJ, branding is the performance promise. Branding is still relevant.
Definitely. Talagang that's the promise of a certain performance that people experience, and when they experience it, if you keep repeating it, they eventually become loyal to it. You have
Hey,
to keep
very
repeating it.
nice.
Sige.
Yes, and at this point, let's end our webinar with our usual
Oh,
panatang
Eric,
makabayan.
teka, baka
Yes,
you
sir.
want to announce on next week, we're taking a little break in observance of the
Yes,
Holy Week.
oo. Correct. Wala po tayong episode next Saturday dahil nga it's a Black Saturday. So, ang next episode natin will be after that. So,
23.
23. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, itaas po natin yung ating kanang kamay at bigkasin ang panatang makabayan. Iniibig ko ang Pilipinas, aking lupang sinilangan. Tahanan ng aking lahi. Kinukupkup ako at tinutulungan upang maging malakas, masipag at marangal. Dahil mahal ko ang Pilipinas, diringgin ko ang payo ng aking mga magulang. Susundin ko ang tuntunin ng lipunan. Tutuparin ko ang tungkulin ng mamayang makabayan. Naglilingkod, nag-aaral at nagdarasal ng buong katapatan. Ialay ko ang aking buhay, pangarap at pagsisikap sa bansang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po and we'll see you next week after nitong long weekend, no? Dito lang sa Truly Happy One.